Guys, what is good? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you can see on screen right now, I'm currently doing some training. I just wanted to quickly have a chat with you guys. I'm going to put it over the top of the video of me training, and I'm just going to chat about my training, but also just check in with you guys and just have a chat, because I fucking just love speaking. I'm super inspired and motivated, and I just want to help everybody, including myself, get every last drop from life, to squeeze every last drop from life. So without further ado, welcome back to the YouTube channel. But yeah, a huge reason why I'm making this type of video is to show you guys literally exactly how I train. So many people wonder, oh, how do you train? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just gonna literally chat over the top of this video so you can see exactly how I train. Let's be honest, guys. I want to be jacked. I know that you want to be jacked too. It's just part of it's just in our nature. We want to be jacked. That's just how it is. However, I don't believe that should be the priority of our training, and I believe that you can prioritize other things and still get jacked. If you learn how to move well, if you learn how to do pull-ups, push-ups, handstands, juggle, mace bell, all this shit, you're still gonna get jacked. You're still gonna develop your physique, but it's just not the priority. If you're always only focusing on developing your physique, fuck, I need to be jacked, I have to be muscly, I'm gonna wear a long sleeve shirt because I don't feel good without a pump, and all of the stuff that I used to go through, then in my opinion, you're just sort of creating an ego identity that's based around how you look, and I don't think that's fucking healthy. And I've been so to the point where I literally, guys, I'm not even joking, I didn't wear shirts, I didn't wear singlets, I only wore long sleeve shirts and hoodies because I was always trying to cover myself up because I didn't have a pump, and I know that I can look better with a pump, so I'll cover myself up until I have a pump, and only when I have a pump that I'll wear a shirt or a singlet. And it's just fucking ridiculous in my opinion. My expression of self was my identity was the gym guy. And so I could only express myself, I only liked who I was when I was in the gym, when I had a pump, and all that sort of thing. Many of you guys, if you're some of my friends in real life, you fucking 100% know what I mean. If you used to train with me, you know that I used to cover myself up until I had a pump, and you probably did too. Which is just the funniest thing. Oh, excuse me. And even big stars, YouTubers and stuff out there, like Sam Selleck, this guy who's going hard on TikTok at the moment. Yeah, he talks about the pump cover all the time, and he is a bodybuilder, and that's cool. That's what he does. But my point and my audience and the message that I'm trying to get across, if you just want to fucking live a good life, be fit, be healthy, all that sort of stuff, then I don't believe creating a bodybuilding identity is healthy for us in the long term. So that's my ramble. Yeah, you guys can see me just fucking around with the mace. I've been doing some handstands, doing some juggling. Yeah, I'm just trying to get better at the mace bell. If you guys don't already know, the mace bell is me and my business partner Gabrielle's product. We're trying to revolutionize fitness in New Zealand. All of the stuff that I'm talking about now. I want to change the narrative of fitness. I want to help everybody with Kairos understand that fitness doesn't have to be conventional lifting. You don't have to do 5 sets of 5 on the bench press and squat and deadlift and only do bodybuilding style of training if you want to get fit. So I'm really trying to do this with Gabrielle, to try and change the narrative. Oh man, the video stopped. Why did that happen? To try and change the narrative around that, Sorry, one sec, guys. I'm just going to bring this video back up properly. Where was I? I think it was just after the shadow boxing. Let's go with that. So 4 minutes 30. And yeah, through unconventional fitness, through learning movement, through learning skills, you give yourself a body that is more resilient. First of all, you're going to be in the real world. The movements that you do, they're going to be applicable to the real world. When we train handstands, when we train funky movements, when we train other things, handstands not so much, but when we train on screen now, these back bends and shit, it means that in the real world, when I need to extend back to grab something or I'm doing something, all of a sudden I'm not getting injured because I'm training it. If I'm used to being here, then I'm not going to get injured. But if like something happens where you reach back and boom, injury, boom, injury. So yeah, like this whole thing is more just like trying to translate to real life. And then some of you guys right now might be like, fuck, well, I just want to get jacked. But remember, if you focus on movement quality foods, eating good quality whole food, getting stronger, yes, like we still have the foundations in unconventional training, like heavy kettlebell work, mace bar work, pull-ups, push-ups, like these sorts of things will 100% build muscle. Like it's not one thing or the other. It's just our priority. If you're only focusing on building muscle, you're eventually going to have some psychological things build up that make your identity a muscly dude. And then when you're not, you'll feel lesser. And then when you are, you'll feel better. And in my opinion, that roller coaster is just a fucking waste of time. Because when you have your identity, like when you have your bodybuilding identity, for example, compromised, like when you start to grow and learn and experience other things in life, then suddenly you won't even know who you are because you're the muscly guy. And then when you realize that that's not all that you want to do and all that you are, you feel a little bit lost. Again, I'm just speaking about my experience. Like, yeah, like I truly thought that I was a bodybuilder, and then, you know, as I realized that that's kind of like, why do I just want to be muscly? Like, I want muscle. Why do I want muscle? Validation? What's the reason? It's cool. I love bodybuilding. It's amazing. But, you know, unless you're like going to be an athlete and a professional and compete, then as an identity, just trying to be jacked isn't overly helpful. It kind of makes you just feel a lesser because you'll never be as jacked, and you naturally fall into states of comparing yourself to other people. Like humans, we already compare ourselves all the time to other people, so like bodybuilding just exaggerates that, and you're comparing yourself to people all the fucking time because, oh, am I more jacked than that dude? Like, who's more jacked than me? And looking at people on social media and stuff, and they're jacked as fuck, and you're wondering, maybe I should take steroids, or maybe I should up my supplement regime, maybe I should consume excess calories to try and grow. And that's all cool if that's what you want to do, but if you focus on movement, focus on unlocking new movements, gaining strength, functionality, eating whole foods, I guarantee you won't look the same in a year. You just, yeah, focusing on quality over just like mass, you know. And this is just where I'm at now. Maybe that'll change. I highly doubt it. I feel like this is, in my opinion, the movement evolution. Like if you're just doing bodybuilding, you know, you're just pressing here, pulling here, pulling here. Where is the functionality in real life? Like our real life is gait cycle, our real life is movement, our real life is running, our real life is expression, jumping, running, moving, feeling good in our body. And if you're only doing these movements, training your body to be strong here, then your real life, there's a mismatch. And, you know, like, fuck, I wanna be strong for life, for real life. And I believe that's why unconventional training is so beautiful. Yeah, look at this, spinning around the mace. I'm still not that great with it. I'm super excited to get better, but man, these rotational sort of movements, like rotating through my feet and hips and that, like, yeah, that's another thing that bodybuilding really, it locks you up. Like you're not fluid, and you're not a good mover if you're a bodybuilder. Typically, I'm generalizing, but you know, you have to practice other movements to be better. And if you're just, again, locking yourself into these strong positions, then you're not going to be a good mover. You know, it is movement still, but it's not like, yeah, it's not going to apply to again the real world as much as unconventional training would. And something I feel like it's important to touch on is just asking yourself why you train. If you're just training for muscle, sure, leave this video, go to the gym, just train bodybuilding style, just get stronger in those lifts and shit. But if you're training for overall health, longevity, if you want to move when you're older, if you want to get better and less injured over time, not more injured like a lot of people do with bodybuilding style training. Like, why do you train? Ask yourself that. Is it fun? Do you train for fun? Do you even enjoy like weightlifting and traditional training, or like do you find it boring? And if you find it boring, you're probably not going to keep going. And finding the training style that you enjoy, again, coming back to that question, why do I train? For me, I train for injury prevention. I train for fun. I train because I want to learn and get better. I'm training because I fucking love it. I love moving my body. I love exploring new movement, and I want to be jacked. Let's not play around. I still want to be jacked. I still want to be in shape. But, you know, the focus is movement. The focus is play. The focus is fun. And, man, like, my physique is solidly kick the mace bell. So wag. Fuck, I'm the man, eh? Yeah, like, I know this type of shit looks so weird. Like, I'm crawling around on the ground like a little weirdo. But it's fun. Like, fuck, like, if people look at me and judge me and think it's weird, you know, fuck them. This is so much fun to me, and I genuinely enjoy doing this. And I know it looks weird, like, fuck, it does look strange, like flinging yourself around and stuff, but I don't want to put limitations on myself just because it looks weird. Like, it's so much fun moving your body, and this translates to literally everything. Like, if you're all good in your own skin, if you're jumping around and swinging your arms around like this, like a bit of a fucking weirdo, then you're probably going to be more confident in other situations in life. You're probably going to be happier in your own skin. You're probably going to judge yourself less because you already accept yourself. And if you have Pectus Excavatum, like me, then this is a huge aspect of the type of training that I recommend to you guys, is like just becoming comfortable being you and expressing yourself how you are, actually, not making up some bullshit, not trying to fit into a mold of being a bodybuilder or traditional fitness or like whatever. Being okay with the fact that you have a massive hole in your chest, being okay with moving like a weirdo, being okay with the things that you are passionate about. And the reality is if people were judging you, and if people were like, they're making fun of you and shit like that, then that's a reflection of them. That's because they aren't comfortable and confident in who they are, and they need someone to pick on, and that happens to be the person that they're picking on. And as well, guys, realistically, let's be honest, like, no one fucking cares anyway. No one's really judging you. They might say something and do something in the moment, but they've moved on and getting on with their own life and feeling insecure or whatever their things are anyway. So, like, it's not as important as you think. Like, you're not even as important as you think. Like, our ego thinks we're the center of the world and everything like that, but no one really cares. And if people talk shit about you, then good. Something that I always think about is like, if people think that you're weird and people are talking shit about you because of the things that you do, and if you're doing the things that you love, then that's just such an easy, quick filter to get the people out of your life that you don't want around. Like, if you're doing something that you genuinely love and you're happy and people are talking shit about you, or people are, you know, like whatever, then it's just boom, easy. I don't need those people in my life. I don't need to be around those people. I'm just going to do the things that I like. And eventually the people that accept the things that I like and accept me for the truth of who I am, they will come about. Like, for example, with like some of my best friends, I move like this, can do anything, and they're completely accepting of it, you know, like they laugh and enjoy, and they practice it too, you know. But sometimes when you're in a public place and you're doing the things that you enjoy, but that's societally not the norm, then it will look weird. But those aren't the people anyway. And more often than not, guys, like, you doing your thing is going to spark curiosity more than like people thinking that you're weird. And that's a huge, that's a trip in itself, just realizing that people, I guess, all I'm trying to say is people don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, and that's an interesting part about bodybuilding, actually, is like, when I was really into it, I felt like I cared so much about bodybuilding, muscle, and like my identity as a bodybuilder. I was that guy, I was the bodybuilder, and I thought other people cared as much as I did, you know. And like, that's just a whole thing in itself. Is people don't care, you know. And I'm not meaning that in a way of like, people don't care. It's more like, oh, people don't care. Like, fuck yes, I get to do the things that I actually love. I like doing things, and I'm gonna do them for me, because no one even cares. Boom. What are we at? Getting pretty close, probably. Yeah, a couple minutes left. But yeah, I really encourage you guys to find the things that you enjoy. Why do you train? Ask yourself that. Why do you move? Why do you train? Why do you train like a bodybuilder? Do you want to gain muscle, strength, functionality, and fluidity through your body, or do you just want to gain muscle? Ask yourself that. If you just want to gain muscle, go be a bodybuilder, go do conventional training. But if you want all of the other fruits that movement offers, then yeah, unconventional training might be for you. Find your thing. Yoga, mace belts, handstands, dancing, whatever the fuck it is, find your thing. Go for it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love. Hope you enjoyed watching me wiggle. Hope you enjoyed the chat. Peace.